monster, you say damn, monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say damn, monster, monster. That's right, we got the green light, it's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the monster.
Cleveland, this is Monster Jam.
Cleveland, it is now time for the very first competition of the event, JCB Racing. Our 8 Monster Jam superstars have been seated into an order based on a random draw. Whoever gets around this track the fastest will claim the first 8 points of the event and the racing win. So I've just got one question to kick this thing off. Cleveland, who's ready for JCB Racing?
Up first, make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Terminal Velocity kicks off the JCB Racing competition, first to pull to the line, but does so confidently, coming in with a racing win percentage, highest on the series of 77.42%. Came out with the fastest racing time in practice, but can he do it now? The time for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is a 9.633. Take a look at that pass, and maybe it wasn't smooth, but that didn't matter because it just needed to be fast, and that's exactly what he was. John Zimmer Jr. coming in for Terminal Velocity with a time of a 9.633. Next up, let's hear it for Cody Saucier in Dragon. Now, Cody Saucier in Dragon coming out with the second fastest time in the racing practice, but it all comes down to this moment right here. We'll see, can he pull off a faster time than a 9.6? That 9-second pass is not easy to do. Let's go racing! Monster Jam fans go into that official Monster Jam timing system, and the time for Cody Saucier is a 9.980. A fast pass, but right now not fast enough to take that top spot away. You can see Dragon currently with the second fastest time. Terminal Velocity still with the fastest time to beat. Next up, make some noise for Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train. Joining us in just the second season of his career, the second-generation driver has been known as a dark horse. He's been somebody who really creased up on the competition, and that's because that truck is consistent. Let's see if the success for racing and for Triton is here today. Let's go racing! Monster Jam fans, take a look at that turn cone on the racetrack. That Monster Jam turn cone right now on the Super Glue glued to the action replay. There you have it, knocked out of that flowered parameter. Now, of course, we heard Alex, our pit reporter, talk to us about this. It does mean that 5-second penalty will be added to Crazy Train's time. You can see it on the board right now, that time of a 15.440. And, you know, it is a tough move on the track to be able to really make your way around that turn cone. Alex, can you talk to us a little bit about what we're going to see from those drivers and why it's so often that right there on that corner, it's such an easy spot to knock that cone out of the way?
Yeah, absolutely, Keaton. Basically what you're seeing right now is a fresh track. It's still sort of loose, and if you slide too much, you might slide right into that turn pole. Again, you kind of have to take it slow and easy, or at least take the turn a little deeper down the track to make sure you make it around there safely.
We'll see if this next competitor can do just that. Give it up for John Zimmer in Megalodon. Now we're going to see some veteran composure out of this next competitor right here. You heard the track conditions be a potential trouble, a potential thing these drivers have to think about. He's reading the track. Let's see what he's got. The time for John Zimmer in Megalodon is a 10.026. Take a look on the Super Glue glued to the action replay. The smoothest race pass we've seen so far, and a little bit of that two-wheel showing off there at the end. That's John Zimmer for you in Megalodon, coming in with that time of a 10.026. Next up, make some noise for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Logan Ashline may be fairly green in the Monster Jam career, but she's no stranger to speed. Let's see what she's got. The time for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash is 11.670. Take a look right now on the Super Glue glued to the action replay. Really important stuff to note, Monster Jam fans. Right here on this third corner, you can see her back two BKT tires be a little bit thrown out by that dry top layer of the dirt. That top layer will give you speed, but it could also swing that truck out like we saw just there. You can see Logan Ashline Sparkle Smash with that fourth fastest time. Next up, Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy debuts that brand new body of the Plain Crazy truck, but a second generation driver. He is no stranger to any of the Monster Jam madness we're bringing to the track here in the JCB Racing competition. Montana looking to get that fastest time. Can he do it? The time for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy is 10.045. You see that track changing just a little bit with each competitor, and there you have it. That Super Glue glued to the action replay, catching that moment up and over that finish line. Plain Crazy Montana Robbins, you can see landing himself currently with the fourth fastest time, a 10.045. Next up, MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco, one of the goals of 26 for him was to improve in the JCB Racing competition. We've seen some major speed from him here. Let's see what he's got. The time for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is a 10.213. You see it on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay, confident off that racing start line. And you see them navigate that third turn. That seems to be the turn vital to success. Launches himself up and over that finish line. And there you have it, a time of 10.213 for El Toro Loco. One driver remains. It's Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger, 24 JCB Racing wins of the season under his belt right now. Brandon Arthur and Gravedigger coming in with 11.038. Cleveland, that means your winner of the JCB Racing competition is John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Your very first competition winner, and it's the leader of the series. John Zimmer Jr. comes in, grabbing those 8 points, securing that fastest time. It's a 9.633. He's out there proving he's the fastest on the track today. He secures that top spot on the leaderboard, adding 8 points to his score. But he's definitely placed a target on his back for the rest of the competition. Cleveland, your JCB Racing winner!
John, off to a great start. You got those 8 points right out of the gate. That sets the tone for what's to come. How you feeling so far?
I'm feeling pretty good, Thankful for practice earlier, I feel like I got a leg up on everybody else. I laid down the fastest time in practice and then laid it down again here when it mattered in front of the fans. Taking the first 8 points of the night is setting me up really good. Man, we're looking good going into the second half here.
Well, we know you're fast, but how you feeling about those skills? You going to show Cleveland what you got?
Yeah, definitely going to show them what I got for sure. Duo Skills is one of my favorite competitions here at Monster Jam. It really shows what a driver can do technical-wise. We're going to get these trucks up on the nose, maybe up on the rear tires, get them up on the sidewalls, or who knows, you guys are going to see a crazy crash. But we're just getting started, Cleveland. You guys thought racing was pretty cool? We got plenty of more crazy stuff coming at you. Do you want to see some more?
You heard him, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity, your JCB Racing winner.
Up and into a combo. There's something great about that first hit in the two-wheel skills competition. A confident Triton Robbins heads out for attempt number 1. But remember, Cleveland, he's got 1 attempt remaining. So let's see what he's got for us. He'll feel out that sweet spot on the track, looking for the perfect spot to pull off that next maneuver.
And that will do it. Make some noise. It's Triton Robbins' Crazy Train. QR code is up. Go to judgeszone.com and lock in your scores.
Triton Robin kicks off that competition, and something to note here, we get 2 successful attempts, and we even got to see a combo. Now that is a great run by the criteria of the judges, but don't forget, it's up to you guys. He wants to know exactly what you thought, and this score will set the bar. So we've got the scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Triton Robbins in Crazy Train is a 7.314. That is going to be the score to beat here in the competition. Remember, never too late to join in on that scoring, but let's take a look back at the Super Glue glued to the action replay. 12,000 pounds right there up on 2 BKT tires, but the approach is really seamless by Triton, which is exactly why he can pull off a combination like that. We see just a little bit of that bite trouble at the end of those BKT tires, but then he heads in for a second attempt. Confident up and over the pod. He's out there making it look easy, but we'll see exactly how long he can hang on to that score to beat. Next up, put your hands together for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash joins the Monster Jam family, and this driver is not afraid to take some risks. Looks like she's lining up to the ramp. Let's see what she's got for us. We really get to see how precise she needs to be, and every driver needs to be to pull it off. There you go. 1 attempt down for Logan Ashline. Remember, her second attempt still remains. Let's see what she's got for us. Something different in the cards. She'll pick out that spot that she wants. Feeling out the track, getting confident. Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. 1 attempt remaining here in the 2-wheel skills challenge.
It's party time. It's Logan Ashline. It's Sparkle Smash. 20 seconds left to lock in your scores.
Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash, pulling off a successful run and not making the job easy on the Monster Jam official judges right here in Cleveland. But one thing we see out of this driver is time again, she is ready to take risks. We saw her find that sweet spot on the track, and she gave us something different with each one. So we're going to check out the scores. The score for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash is a 5.735. Right now, landing her in second place. Let's take a look back at the Super Glue glued to the action replay with confidence up on 2 BKT tires. I don't know anywhere else you can see a 12,000-pound unicorn do a handstand. That's only happening here at Monster Jam. And of course, Logan Ashline, the perfect pilot behind that Monster Jam truck. Now, only 2 of our competitors have gone here in the competition. We've got plenty more to come.
All right, we've got Ethan, a Monster Jam fan. Let him know what's coming up.
We got Brandon Arthur and Gravedigger.
Brandon Arthur making sure that track is cleared for what he's got planned here in the 2-wheel skills competition. Talk about machine control. Brandon Arthur is out there proving he's chasing points. He's got his eyes on the prize. One successful attempt down. He's still got one chance remaining. Let's see what he throws down for the second attempt. Picking a new spot here on the ramp. Let's see what he's got for us.
Cleveland, keep up the energy. It's Brandon Arthur, Gravedigger. Let 20 seconds left to get to judgeszone.com.
Cleveland, we heard you loud and clear on that maneuver. What'd you think? I think even Brandon Arthur could hear you, even beyond that 1,500 horsepower of Gravedigger. Throwing down for Cleveland. We've got your scores officially locked. Brandon Arthur is up against that current score to beat right now, which is held by Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. It's a score of a 7.314. The score for Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger is... That's right, Cleveland, at 8.885. That takes him to the top of the leaderboard, and that is the new score to beat. I mean, check out the run that got him there. Here on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay, we are looking at surgical precision right here, technical excellence. This is a driver in master control of that 12,000-pound truck, taking it up and over the pod. Brandon Arthur climbing his way to the top, and here we are for that second attempt. A new ramp, a new obstacle goes on top of the pod, and even to be able to maneuver that truck back and forth, let alone balance it there. I mean, that stuff only happening right here by Brandon Arthur in the two-wheel skills competition. MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco hits the track rearing and ready to go. He feels out the track with a good lap to test out that dirt. Let's see what he's got. We know exactly what he's trying to do here in the competition. He wants that top spot. And he's got one more attempt to prove exactly why he deserves it. Now's the time to take your phones out, Cleveland. Start recording. Let's see what he's got for his second attempt. Looks like MJ Solorio's testing it out. The steering wheel's out the window, Cleveland!
more time, make some noise. MJ and Toro Loco, scoring is open.
Cleveland, he said, I don't need the steering wheel needs me. MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. There are sometimes just runs that speak for itself. Take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay just in case you missed it. You could blink once, twice, 3 times. You're not going to miss these maneuvers. MJ Celorio proving exactly why he belongs out on that top spot, but it's your scores that will determine it. He is up against that current score to beat right now. It's held by Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. It's a score of an 8.885. The score for MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco is... That's right, a 9.021 is absolutely enough to take the lead. MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco takes that top spot here in the two-wheel skills competition. As we move on throughout that competition, right now on the track, you know it and you know it well. We've got another competition happening right here in Rocket Arena, and that is the St. Jude Ambassador of the event. You can help out right now. Scan that QR code, and you can choose one of the 8 drivers here on the series. Now, all proceeds go directly to St. Jude, but even your $1, even if everyone here just dropped $1 into that, choice there, you can choose which of your drivers will be climbing to the top. We've got your results right here. Check it out. Brandon Arthur is tied with Logan Ashline. That's Gravedigger and Sparkle Smash tied. Now you guys can make this a little more interesting. Scan that QR code right there at the bottom of the screen, and you will actually be able to have a say in who's walking away with that St. Jude Ambassador of the event. You can see Megalodon John Zimmer has also received some donations, but if your favorite driver has yet to receive any donations, throw them $1, and you will be making a huge difference for families affected by childhood cancer. Help us fight the fight and have a little fun right here at Monster Jam. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, your JCB Racing winner, hits the track ready to go for the two-wheel skills competition. He's looking to ride that wave of momentum from that win right into the next one. He's looking for a clean sweep. But first, he's got to test out that track, find that sweet spot. Where is that dirt calling his name? John Zimmer Jr. seen major success here in the two-wheel skills competition. We're going to see what he's got planned for attempt number 1. We've nicknamed him Combo King. You can see exactly why. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity was able to walk away with a series win last season. A combo, a great first attempt. Looks like he pulled off a little rendition of a kicker there for that first move, but turns that into a combo. So we're going to see him feel out the track. 1 attempt remaining here for him in the competition. He'll have to throw down something big, but when we hear him rev that throttle, he's typically asking if you guys are ready to see what he's about to throw down. Let's see what he's got. Attempt number 2.
If you enjoyed that run, make some noise, Cleveland. That's John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity.
John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity looking to add 8 more points to his score here in today's event. But you see that composure that I'm talking about. You see those confident approaches. There's really decisive moves happening from this young driver. Check it out now on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. We see that little rendition of that kicker right there up on the board. And we've got your scores locked in, so let's check it out. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity is an 8.813. Right now, that score is good enough for 3rd place. We move right along here in the two-wheel skills competition. 3 more drivers to go, but check out that view, an incredible maneuver there from John Zimmer Jr., but up against some really tough competition. You see him there on the two-wheel skills challenge leaderboard, currently holding out that 3rd place spot right now. El Toro Loco MJ Solorio hangs on to that score to beat. Next up, put your hands together for Cody Saucier in Dragon. You hear him rev that throttle. Cleveland, he's looking to see if you're ready. Up and over that pod with success, Cody Saucier. You see him up on 2 VKT tires. Launches that Dragon across the pod right here. Attempt number 1. Let's see if he's going to switch it up here for attempt number 2, a different obstacle approach. What's he got for us?
Cleveland, let them know if you liked that run. It's Cody Saucier, Dragon. JudgesZone.com, lock in your scores.
Cody Saucier and Dragon really dealing with a completely different track than we started this competition with. But you see that first successful maneuver up on the leaderboard, and now and again, this is going to take a driver who's determined to navigate those tracks and to be able to pull off those maneuvers regardless. We've got those scores officially locked in. The score for Cody Saucier in Dragon is... it's a 7.152 right now. That score is good enough for 5th place. Only 2 trucks remain right here in the two-wheel skills challenge. That means Gravedigger and Brandon Arthur is currently in that 2nd place spot. And in first, El Toro Loco, MJ Solorio. But this whole leaderboard could be shaken up with the 2 remaining competitors. If they're to come and throw down a run, it could take the top spot. It's going to be up to you. Cleveland, make some noise for John Zimmer in Megalodon. We talk about that veteran composure. John Zimmer with the most seat time here on the series, entering in his 21st season. You can count on him to be able to tackle these track conditions. He lines up for attempt number 1. Let's see what he's going to throw down.
And that will do it. Make some noise, John Zimmer in Megalodon. JudgesZone.com, lock in your scores.
Here you have it, Cleveland. We play a game of risk and reward every single time these drivers hit the track, and that's exactly what John Zimmer did just here. You see now in the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay, he pops that truck up on the 2 BKT tires, but you see that front right tire just goes down that log stack. Not the plan that he wanted, but one attempt still deserves a score, and we absolutely have that score locked in from you Monster Jam fans, so let's go ahead and take a look. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon is a 5.099. You can see exactly how that affects the score when only one attempt was to be able to be made, but we'll have more two-wheel action come to you in just a bit.
Monster Jam fans, it's time for the Monster Jam Helmet Shuffle, brought to you by St. Jude. So we got Trify over here who's ready to play. Super simple. There's going to be a trophy up there. Don't lose it, all right? You think you can do that?
Yes.
Cleveland, are you guys going to help him out? All righty. So you're going to get 3 helmets. They mix them up. They shuffle them around. Sometimes they try to trick you. All right, Cleveland, what are we thinking? Don't look away. Don't look away. I promise. Oh, my gosh. I'm pretty sure like half of the arena just lost where that trophy is. Okay, they're slowing down a little bit. Okay, Cleveland, what are we thinking? Do we one? Any ones? What about number 2? 3? 3? Okay, I think she might have the answer. We got some other people over here. We got a 3 over there. Do you think you got it? Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure.
I think so.
What did you say?
I think so. I got it.
All right, let's find out. Which one do you think?
I think 2.
All right, let's find out. It's not under number 3. It's not under number 1. It's under number 2. Well, guess what? I hope you're enjoying Monster Jam, because you're going to get the chance to come one more time when we come back to the stadium here in Cleveland. So you're going to be coming back to Monster Jam. Hey, if you guys want to join us, come back to Monster Jam. Join Chappie. Join me. Check out the information. Tickets go on sale this Monday. Great job. Run hand.
We clear that track for one final competitor. Cleveland, make some noise for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. A moment that might potentially make our hearts race is nothing for this Monster Jam professional. Behind the wheel, strapped in, he knows that there is a tall job ahead of him. But he's ready for it. Montana Robbins and Plain Crazy. It all comes down to this moment. Will he be the one to stand in the way of El Toro Loco walking away with that win? It's going to depend on his run, his maneuvers, and your scores. Montana Robbins up on 2 wheels, dances it down that side of the track, up and over the pod, A little destruction there, but this airplane doesn't need its propeller. It's here to put itself on 2 BKT tires. 1 attempt remaining in the competition for Montana Robbins.
One more time, get loud for Montana Robbins. Playing crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, scoring is open.
Montana Robbins in Playing Crazy. You see it now in the super glued to the action replay. That confident, fantastic control first attempt. And then you see him play that little game of risk and reward we talked about. He may not have ended on 4 BKT tires, but as the judges of this competition, you get to decide if those 2 attempts deserve to take that top spot. It's up to you. This is a moment that Montana Robbins knows there's no margin for error. He's hoping that taking that risk was enough to potentially get to the top of the podium. We got the scores locked in. The score for Montana Robbins in a Playing Crazy is a 7.928. That means your winner of the 2-wheel skills competition is MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. MJ Celorio snags the next 8 points available, adding them to his score and taken to the top of the leaderboard here in the 2-wheel skills competition. Your scores helped him, Cleveland. Your 2-wheel skills winner. El Toro Loco climbs to the top of the leaderboard. He's picking up parts of that propeller. Those fellow competitors don't stand a chance to beat MJ Celorio. 8 more points. There you have it.
MJ, horns down, scores up, and your 100th career competition win. How about that?
Man, you know what? That was absolutely amazing. I was in the back. I had no idea what my time was in racing, but they sent me out 4th, so I knew I was in the top half of that pack when it came down to timed racing. I just came out here and I'm just having fun, you know. I said it earlier, I'm just a kid living his dream. It's such an honor to be able to come out and travel the world and drive an iconic Monster Jam truck like El Toro Loco, representing 25 years. But hey, you said it. I've only been driving in Monster Jam for 3 years, and that is my 100th career event win here for you amazing fans in Cleveland. A toda mi gente, te dije antes, yo soy el único latino aquí este fin de semana atrás del volante del Toro Loco. Todo lo que hago es para ustedes. Te dije que lo íbamos a darle y a darle con todo, y así lo dejamos. Hey, Cleveland, y'all thought that was cool? Buckle up. We got freestyle coming up next, and I tell you what, I've been eyeing up that backflip ramp, so y'all better buckle up. We're coming out of them buck and shoots hot. I hope y'all are ready.
I know I'm ready. Cleveland, are you ready? They are ready. MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco.
2 competitions down, 2 competition winners. That means it's time for Monster Jam halftime. We still got plenty of Monster Jam action still to come, but we do want to encourage you to use this time, get up, stretch your legs, maybe get a snack or a drink. Definitely check out those Monster Jam merchandise stands. We got the latest Spin Master die-cast trucks and so much more. But you're going to want to make your way back to your seats, because after Monster Jam halftime, we do have Alex Miniak. He's going to bring us the Northern Tool Equipment Pit Report. It's getting the scoop on all of our drivers and their trucks to make sure they're competition ready for freestyle. He's going to check in on them, and you also do not want to miss the 4 daredevils of our Freestyle Motocross team. They're going to take to the skies and compete in the best trick competition. All of that Monster Jam action coming up after halftime. But we have an important message And it's not from me. Keep your eyes right here. You might just see a message from your friends and family. As we prepare to get back to the action happening on the track, we've got to check in with our pit reporter. Alex, you've got the Northern Tool Equipment pit report for us. Talk to us about what you found.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of happenings back there for sure. We had 2 rollovers during the two-wheel skills competition, Megalodon and Plain Crazy. Both of those Monster Jam trucks appear to be okay. Just some body damage, a few cracks in the fuselage, nothing big there. They should be back for freestyle, no problem. Do want to address you at the video board with something else that's going on that cropped up during the two-wheel skills competition, and that is a rear steer leak on Gravedigger. Now, I want to take a look up there. Our UNOH technicians are furiously working to make sure that that gets completed in time for Monster Jam Freestyle. I think they have it figured out, and they are calmly now working on it and piecing it back together. So no issues there now for our UNOH technicians, and Gravedigger should be back for Freestyle, no problem. Of course, if anything crops up, we'll be sure to let you know.
Alex, thanks so much for bringing those fans really behind the scenes and letting them get that cool look at Team Gravedigger. You can count that if anything happens on those tracks, on the track with any of the trucks, Alex is going to get us that story. He's going to get us that scoop, and he will give us the story on exactly what's happening. So until then, we've got more Monster Jam action headed your way, and we've got to check in with the St. Jude ambassador of the event. Let's take a look at that leaderboard as it stands now. Last time we checked in, and still Cleveland, even now it's MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco, who has taken the lead. But Cleveland, I'm so proud of you guys, because check this out. Every single one of our drivers have received donations. Remember, even just $1 can tip the scale for that driver to walk away with that title. And most importantly, we are helping families affected by childhood cancer. Together, you, us, Monster Jam, and St. Jude. Cleveland, I need some help as we welcome the 4 daredevils of our freestyle motocross team. It's time to make some noise for Brendan Riordan, Kenny Haskell, Kenny Bartram, and Josh Headford.
All right, Monster Jam fans, for your halftime entertainment, if you liked our Monster Jam trucks flying, well, we've got something here for you. It's the stars of Freestyle Motocross, and they are going to take to the skies. You know, we only ask one thing of you, Cleveland, and that's to scream, because the louder you scream, the higher they fly, all right? We're going to get a second here to test this out. The louder you scream, the higher they fly. Keep that in the back of your mind. And here they come. Let's try it out. The louder you scream, the higher they fly. Give it up for Brendan Riordan. Next up is Kenny Haskell. Please welcome, they call him the Cowboy. He is Cowboy Kenny Bartram. And finally, for you, Cleveland, is Josh Headford. All right, Monster Jam fans, if you like what you saw so far, it is now time for the FMX Best Trick Competition. Oh, they could do it better, and they could do a lot better. They might even touch the top of Rocket Arena. We'll see what they have in store for you. Of course, this is where you come in, Cleveland. We need you to score when those screens go red at judgeszone.com, judgeszone.com. Again, give them the score they deserve and help them out during this Best Trick Competition, again, using the code CLE. So, I only have one question remaining for you, and that is, who's ready for the FMX Best Trick Competition?
Up first, make some noise for Brendan Riordan. Brendan Riordan's from Worcester, Massachusetts, and he's got over 24 years of riding experience. He's a 2017 ISDE gold medalist, and today he throws down on his Honda CRF 450.
Bring in the seat grab. That's the way to start the Best Trick Competition. Score it now at judgeszone.com, judgeszone.com. You got 20 seconds to get in those scores. Code CLE, Keaton.
Lock it in for Brendan Riordan, fearlessly starting off that competition, and I know that is a no easy job. This score will set the bar for the rest of the riders. So let's see what you guys got. The score for Brendan Riordan is, all right, a solid 7.920 for Brendan Riordan here in the Best Trick Competition. Coming up next, let's make some noise for Kenny Haskell. Kenny Haskell is from Boston, Massachusetts, and he's been riding since he was just 5 years old. He's raced motocross, he's rode overseas in Japan, in Singapore, in Argentina, and even Brazil. He's been a part of the Monster Jam family since 2014, and off the track, he's a dad to 2 young boys. But today, for the best trick, he's throwing down on his Yamaha YZ 252 stroke.
Whoa, Kenny giving us the backflip. If you like that, Cleveland, you know what to do. When those screens go red, score it at judgeszone.com, judgeszone.com, and use the code CLE, scan to score.
Well, we've got that score locked in for Kenny Haskell with that perfect backflip. He makes that stuff look so easy out on the track, but man, oh man, we know it's not. So you guys have your scores locked in. He's up against that current score to beat, held by Brendan Riordan. It's a score of a 7.920. The score for Kenny Haskell is, check it out, Cleveland, a 9.060. We have a new leader. Next up, it's Kenny Bartram. Kenny Bartram's from Stillwater, Oklahoma, and they call him Cowboy Kenny. He's a 10 times X Games medalist, a 10-time Gravity Games medalist, and today he's throwing down on his KTM 450.
Cowboy Kenny, flying high for you, Cleveland. Score it now at judgeszone.com, judgeszone.com. You know the drill. Score it. Use that code CLE and give the Cowboy the score he deserves.
Check it out now on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. You know, Kenny Bartram looks like he's in slow motion. Kenny Haskell looks like he's on fast forward. I mean, you really got to decide which backflip are you rising to the top. He's up against that score to beat, held by Kenny Haskell. It's a score of a 9.060. The score for Kenny Bartram is a 9.022. It is such a close competition, but Kenny Haskell remains in the lead. One final rider to go, Cleveland. Put your hands together for Josh Headford. Josh Headford's from Asheville, North Carolina, and he's competed in Nitro Circus and Night of Jumps in Europe. He enters his 20th year of riding here with Monster Jam. He's been a part of this family for over 10 years. Today he's throwing down on his Kawasaki 450.
Wow. That's all I can say about that. What you can say is your score at judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com. Josh, still showing off. Use that code CLE.
You know, something to think about, Cleveland, is how heavy those bikes are. So, I mean, all of these moves, but especially that maneuver from Josh Headford, this is no easy feat. And these Daredevils are out there making it look stylish, so you guys have got to decide right now at judgeszone.com who will walk away with that title for the very first time right here in Rocket Arena. We've got your scores locked in. Josh Headford up against that current score to beat, held by Kenny Haskell. It's a 9.060. The score for Josh Headford is... There you have it, Cleveland, your best trick winner, Josh Headford.
All right, Cleveland, you know, we're not done yet. I know we almost had a perfect 10 on that board, but we are not done yet. It is time for our Monster Jam trains. Each of our Monster Jam FMX riders are going to hit that jump in unison, one after the next, after the next, after the next. And, of course, the rule still applies. The louder you scream, the higher they fly. You did so good so far in halftime. I want to finish this big. I'm going to need you on your feet on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Coming through the station with the whip train. I feel like there's another train about to leave the station. Cleveland, do you want to see another Monster Jam train? Yeah, all right. They are back for more. What kind of train will they bring this time? We'll have to see. Again, the louder you scream, the higher they fly. That is your Monster Jam trick train. Two's been pretty fun. But who wants to see a third? Who wants to see another train leave that station? Oh, yeah. Cleveland rocks. Oh, they want more. They want more. What I'm going to ask of you is when this train leaves the station, I'm going to need you to give me a big choo-choo. Can you do that for me? Ready? Choo-choo! Oh, the backflip train, give it up for the riders of Monster Jam Freestyle Motocross.
Cleveland, one more time. Brenton Riordan, Kenny Haskell, Kenny Bartram, and Josh Headford.
Going to give Josh here a second to catch his breath. Man, Wow, I don't think I've seen a score that high in my time here at Monster Jam, and especially during the FMX Best Trick competition. You were just hanging there. It was like you were motionless in slow time up there. Man, how does that feel when you're up there hanging from that bike?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. If everything's in slow motion, I'm trying to look at one of our dirt crew guys, Bobby, back there. I was like, hey, watch this. I can see you upside down. So, yeah, it's a wild experience. And, it takes a lot of practice, listening to your parents and everything to get up and get strong and do all that. I actually found some kettlebells in the back earlier, so I was warming up for that one with the 50-pound kettlebells. So I did over 1,000. I don't know if you heard me counting or not.
Well, I totally believe you. If you say you did 1,000, I totally believe you did 1,000. Now, 50-pound kettlebells, this bike weighs a lot more. What does this thing weigh? And especially when it's in the air, you're working against gravity and all of that.
It's about 250 pounds full of gas. So, yeah, KX 450s, they're not the lightest thing in the world, but, yeah, that's why we ride them.
Yeah, well, you know what? Those kettlebells are paying off. Josh Headford, winner of the FMX Best Trick Competition.
As we get ready to jump back into the action on the track, let's take a look at that BKT overall event leaderboard. Jumping back into the competition, we've got John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, holding out that top spot with a total of 14 points. But close behind him, MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco in second place. But check this out, a three-way tie between Dragon, Gravedigger, and Plain Crazy. All three of them tied with a total of 10 points. Megalodon in sixth, Crazy Train in seventh, and Sparkle Smash in eighth. Now we still have one competition remaining, and that's Monster Jam Freestyle. You, Cleveland, once again will be the judges for this competition, so your scores are vital to the success of every single driver. You have those smartphones ready, have them at judgeszone.com. Never too late to join into the judging game, so scan that QR code right now. And remember, we want to see a culmination of everything we've seen so far here in this Monster Jam event. But you'll have one more opportunity to judge our Monster Jam superstars coming up in Monster Jam Freestyle.
Cleveland, this is the pinnacle of the event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle. Monster Jam fans, it's party time! Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash!
Nothing says it's time to party than when, like, Logan Ashline kicks off freestyle, covering that Monster Jam track completely in pink confetti. She's making sure that every single one of these competitors that comes after her knows Sparkle Smash was here first. Logan Ashline throwing down a fearless run here in freestyle, and you heard me say it. She is not afraid to take risks. She is going to go for it. That's exactly what she did here today. So let's go ahead and take a look at the scores. We got them locked in. The score for Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash is a 7.391. That is the score to beat. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here in the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. No easy feat to kick off freestyle, but we see some really great maneuvers. And as the judges, you saw her make use of that entire track. She filled the freestyle clock, and those are two very important things. We want to see each and every competitor do exactly that when they're coming out on the track. Next up, he's ready to go off the rails. It's Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train.
All aboard! Trayton Robbins, Crazy Train. Scoring is open.
Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train really out there showing you exactly the throttle rhythm he has perfected over the years. You can see during that whole run how he keeps that momentum continuous. All of these moves are really threaded together throughout that entire run. He's reading the track, and that flow is something he is working hard to do. He doesn't rush those transitions. He squares up to the pod. And he filled that freestyle clock. Let's see what you guys thought. We got your scores locked in. He's up against that score to beat by Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. She's got a score of a 7.391. The score for Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train is a 7.486. Cleveland, that's enough to take the lead. We got to take a look at some of those highlights. A close score, but check it out. Trayton Robbins and Crazy Train showing that he has got master control over that 12,000-pound train. He doesn't rush those transitions. You heard me say it earlier. Squares up really nice to those ramps. He builds speed throughout each of those hits as well. And of course, it takes full advantage of that Monster Jam track for freestyle. He's currently got that score to beat. Cleveland, you know exactly what those bells mean. It's Brendan Arthur in Gravedigger.
Keep the energy going, get loud. It's Brandon Arthur, Gravedigger. Less than 20 seconds left to lock in your scores.
Brandon Arthur behind the wheel of Gravedigger, and you saw him hit those jumps. There was such a heavy foot on that throttle. He's pushing it to that ragged edge for the Monster Jam fans, and he's up against some tough competition. He knew exactly what he had to do when he set out onto that track. And we've got your scores locked in. He's up against that score to beat held by Triton Robinson Crazy Train. It's a 7.486. The score for Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger is... That's right, it's a 7.901. That is absolutely enough to take that top spot, and that is your new score to beat. See those highlights now on the Super Glue. Glued to the action replay. Big confidence, some big air. And you see him really not burning up that truck early in the freestyle run. He paces it out and really is able to protect that truck for the end of the run. He knows he wants to give full force for those entire 60 seconds. And apparently he did just enough for all of you here in Cleveland to climb to the top spot of that leaderboard. Brandon Arthur coming in with that score to beat the next competition. Whoever wants to take that spot, they'll need higher than a 7.901. We'll see what our competitors have to throw out onto the track in the next competition. Monster Jam fans, as we move on throughout the freestyle competition, we've got to give you an update on the St. Jude ambassador of the event. It is time to crown our winner, and I am proud to announce it's MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. He is walking away as your St. Jude ambassador of the event. There you have him right in the cab, a live reaction, and I know this title means so much to those drivers. To be able to take home that St. Jude ambassador event for El Toro Loco is a big win here today. And we want to thank all of you who donated, who were a part of our St. Jude competition here today, because the real competition is that fight against childhood cancer. If you donated even $1 today, you know that you made a difference for a family in need. And if you didn't get to, scan that QR code. Get those Toro horns in the air for MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. Cleveland, could he be lining up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp?
Una vez más, ¿dónde están los latinos? MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco.
Cleveland, that type of energy speaks for itself. MJ Solorio seems to have accomplished exactly what he set out to do here today. He took that milestone earlier with his 100th win, and that may have catapulted his confidence right into this freestyle run. Not only does he land that Morgan & Morgan backflip, but is able to come out of it with some two-wheel flair. It is a tough run, but you have that tough job of being the official judges of this competition. Cleveland, we have the scores officially locked in. He's up against the score to beat held by Brandon Arthur in a Gravedigger. It's a score of a 7.901. The score for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is a 9.482. Cleveland, we have a new leader. Talk about electric. The Rocket Arena, I think, is about to take off right here, and it's powered by your energy. But will these competitors have something to say about it? I think they will. Up next, it's John Zimmer in Megalodon.
There's a shark in the water. John Zimmer, Megalodon. Cleveland scoring is open.
John Zimmer and Megalodon, he just knows exactly how to tear up a track. It doesn't matter how many drivers have gone before, he hits that track like it is the first one out of freestyle. We see that veteran composure coming through in those freestyle runs by John Zimmer. We see him not sacrifice any speed, an easy, clean flow. And of course, he fills that freestyle clock. He wants every second of that freestyle run. So let's see exactly what you thought that run deserves. The scores are locked in. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon is an 8.068. It's a solid score right now, good enough for second place. You see that freestyle competition leaderboard. El Toro Loco, MJ Solorio holds out that top spot with that high score of a 9.482. But you see it there, 3 spots remain. That's 3 Monster Jam trucks still to come here in the freestyle competition. Your scores could shake up this leaderboard and change who's walking away with that BKT overall event trophy. If you want to say and who's taking the wins and walking away with the trophy, make sure you got your scores at judgezone.com. Cleveland, please fasten your seatbelts, because this flight's about to get crazy. Let's hear it for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. Little bit of trouble on the track for Montana Robbins. You see it there. 45 seconds on the clock for freestyle. We do stop that freestyle clock right now. A heart racing moment for Montana Robbins and Playing Crazy. A potential issue with that truck. We're going to get the scoop from our pit reporter, Alex Miniak. But that was enough time to qualify for a score. You see those ribbon boards turn red, Cleveland. That means it's your cue to head on over to judgezone.com. And being the official judges right here in this competition, this is where you really hold the power. Will you, as a judge, choose that favorite truck and rise it to the top? Or do you, take this into consideration for that freestyle run? Is this going to knock a score? We know Montana Robbins in Playing Crazy. We know the type of competitor that he is, not the type of run he wants to leave you guys with. But Cleveland, exactly what you decide. We got the scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Montana Robbins in Playing Crazy here in the freestyle competition is a 4.716. There you have it right now. That's good enough for 6th place. A tough go here in the freestyle competition for Montana Robbins and Playing Crazy. A run that no competitor really wants to have here, but this is how hard they are pushing those Monster Jam trucks. We take a look back at that freestyle competition leaderboard. Megalodon John Zimmer currently in 2nd place, but it's still El Toro Loco MJ Slorio holding out that top spot with that high score of a 9.482. The following 2 competitors looking to do something about it will need to lay down something crazy, but remember, the drivers are accumulating points. We've seen it before where the overall event champion did not win a single competition. So when we say your scores matter, we're totaling up those points, and you could make the difference for who's holding the trophy at the end of the night. We're ready to get back to the action. Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Cleveland, you've got to get to judgezone.com. If you like that run, judgezone.com. Score now.
Cleveland, you saw that one. You've now seen 2 backflips. What'd you think? This is a testament. John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity throws down, hits that Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp with confidence. Cleveland, that's all for you guys. He's doing it for your scores. He wants to fight to the top, and that run is a testament to that champion mindset. We've got your scores officially locked in here in the competition here in freestyle. It's heating up, and as the official judges, you decide that destiny. Man, oh man, Cleveland, a tough run, but he is up against that score to beat. It is a 9.482 held by El Toro Loco. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity is... That's a solid score, a 9.209. But right now, that's good enough for second place. One final truck remains here in the competition as John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity finds himself in that second place spot here in the freestyle competition. Will this final driver shake up that leaderboard, or do we know who's walking away with the next 8 points? There he is, he's ready to go. It's Cody Saucier in Dragon.
Bring in the fire-breathing fury, it's Cody Saucier, Dragon. Last opportunity to go to judgeszone.com and lock in your scores.
Look, I know Cody's fast. Cody, that was a fast run, a crazy, speedy freestyle run. That's exactly what we can expect from Cody Saucier here in the freestyle competition. The ability to add in that much speed, hit those ramps, make the moves, turn around, and add it all into a seamless freestyle run truly speaks to the skill to Cody Saucier here in freestyle. It all comes down to this moment, and we've got your scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Cody Saucier in Dragon is a 7.828. That means your winner of the freestyle competition is MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. He's added 8 points to his score. But your overall event champion is John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity took that win in the JCB racing competition, remained consistent throughout the rest of the competitions, garnering enough scores to walk away with that first place spot, 1 point ahead of his competitor in second place. But 1 point is enough. Cleveland, your overall event champion, John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity. Cleveland, keep up that energies for the Superstars of Arena Championship Series East. Today, it's John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity to walk away with that overall event championship. He stands in that first place spot leading this series and makes sure that nobody is going to take his top spot. You're going to hear from the winner himself in just a sec. So Cleveland, one more time, John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity.
John Zimmer Jr., BKT overall event champion. You know, John, after two-wheel skills, you were feeling kind of down, a little disappointed. I said, man, cooked her in freestyle, and you'll be back here on this pod. And look, persistence pays off.
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, two-wheel didn't go my way for sure. You know, I pride myself on being super technical in the truck and trying to get it into crazy positions. But the reason freestyle is the last competition because we really get to show y'all what we're about and get wild and crazy out here on this track. I sent that thing as hard as I could. Big backflip, almost ended up crashing out on it. Man, I had that thing to the floor hoping it was going to rotate. I heard you fans jumping up and down, and I could see you guys. That's why I drive that truck as hard as I do, and I know my team loves to do it too. So thank you guys. Another one in the books for myself. Wouldn't have been able to do it without you fans. Thank you.
John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity, your BKT overall event champion. Now let's bring in the winner of Monster Jam Freestyle. You know, what is this? I lost count. 101st career win in a competition. You know, I'm running out of places to tally. Yeah, I'm running out of slash marks. You did it again.
Yeah, you know, I told y'all after that two-wheel skills win, I was pretty fired up. I've been eyeing up that backflip ramp since I showed up here on Friday. And hey, why not do it? You know, we came out 25 years of El Toro Loco. We're rising to the top. You know, kudos to everyone out here. John Zimmer Jr., the Robbins boys, Logan Ashline, they're all kicking butt. But hey, we're out here, we're having fun. It's because each and every one of you guys fill in these seats that I get to come out and live my dream. You guys could have been anywhere else tonight, but you chose to be right here at Monster Jam, and for that, I'm forever grateful. A toda mi gente, dije antes, lo íbamos a darle y a darle con todo. Así lo dejamos. Hey, Cleveland, this is my first time here, and I sure hope I get to come back. Get home safe, and we'll see you next time.
MJ Solorio, your freestyle winner.
A big congratulations to John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, walking away with that overall event champion win and the first one of the weekend. Carlos, one event, I already feel like we've seen a whole world finals on the track.
The battle continues. These two have been battling out, and by these two, you know I already mean MJ Solorio. Congratulations on breaking that threshold of 100 wins. And then the backflip, insane. John Zimmer Jr. Yeah, we had two backflips. We had two backflips into this arena setting, something you don't always get to see. Honestly, Cleveland, y'all should feel very special for being here tonight.
I'll tell you where you see it. It's right here only at Monster Jam is where you see that kind of action. 8 of the world's best superstars, and they threw it all down for you. Of course, we've got John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity, one step closer to that automatic bid at the end of the season, giving them that automatic ticket to Monster Jam World Finals. And we want to thank all of you for coming out, whether you joined us on the live stream or right here inside Rocket Arena. We couldn't have done it without you, Monster Jam fans. Don't forget to head to monsterjam.com for digital content, staying up to date on all of the series, and of course, to book your trip and get your tickets to Monster Jam World Finals 25 coming to Salt Lake City, Utah, 4th of July weekend. On behalf of my entire team, my co-hosts Carlos Sparks and Alex Miniak, my name is Keaton Stewart, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.